Hey guys, welcome to Red 50. Thank you for tuning into another video. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the S650 Mustang features. If you don't know, the S650 Mustang is the 7th generation, which will be revealed just in less than a month. We're all excited about the new S650 Mustang's launch, so I figured it would be a perfect time to gather around, talk about some of the things that have been confirmed, such as the engine and the transmission option, and some of the speculation that we're gonna have as to what we're expecting from the S650 Mustang. Okay, to start off, let's talk about the engine options. We do know that Ford has pretty much confirmed that the V8 is gonna be here to stay. With all the news with the electrifications, somehow Ford has managed to give us the V8. If you haven't been following any news related to the S650 Mustang engine options, here's the sound clip for you that pretty much confirmed that we're gonna have the V8 on the S650 Mustang. Well, as you hear from the shots, that is the beautiful sound of the Coyote V8. So we're probably gonna have carryover engine options. I think EcoBoost and the V8 is gonna carry over. Now, in terms of the horsepower, so we have seen the 50 make 480 horsepower with the Gen 3 Coyote in Bullet and Mach 1 trims. So we're really hoping Ford can do some magic and push these cars over 500. Having a basic Mustang GT make 500 horsepower is going to be absolutely insane. I am pretty certain that we are probably going to see a mid-cycle refresh that is going to introduce some sort of a hybrid variant or even full EV. It would be interesting what Ford will do if it is a hybrid variant, because if Ford does V8 hybrid, that will be tons of power and probably won't sit well with a basic GT. So from cost perspective, it has to move up a trim, and I don't know if people are really going to be buying that. So I think if it's going to be a GT, Ford might end up selling a V6 hybrid alongside the V8 with the similar power numbers, kind of like what they did with the EcoBoost and the V6, and slowly phase out the V8. It hurts to say that, but I think the V8 days are pretty much numbered. Alright, next up, let's talk about the transmission options on the new S650 Mustang. So with all the cars moving to automatic transmission, and 10-speed does an amazing job, it was pretty much kind of expected that Ford might just move to automatic only and eventually just switch to EV. However, Ford has confirmed that there will be a manual transmission for the 7th generation Mustang. Now, of course, a big question is that, are they going to put the MT82 or the Tremec manual transmission in the Mustang GTs for the S650 generation? Ford has been able to make the Tremec transmission work with the Mach 1, so it's not only reserved for the Shelbys anymore. So I don't see why Ford wouldn't be able to kind of drop it down to the Mustang GT. I mean, Camaros and Challengers have been able to do that, where they do offer the Tremec for their just the regular V8. So Ford should be able to do that and bring the Tremec one level down from Mach 1 to the Mustang GTs, which means there's going to be a very high take rate for the manual transmissions. Now, next up, I want to talk about the drivetrain. There were some rumors and speculation that we may see an all-wheel drive Mustang, but I feel that is being hashed out because Ford was supposed to use the CD6 platform shared with the Ford Explorer for the new generation Mustang. But with all the EV push, I feel like Ford has shied away from that idea and is pretty much going to be doing a refresh of sorts of the S550 Mustang platform. So it would have been really nice to see all-wheel drive. I know it would have gotten really heavy. I mean, even the base GT is almost 4,000 pounds nowadays, like 3,800 pounds. So it would add a lot of weight, definitely. But I think it would solve a lot of traction issues that the Mustang currently has, because having all-wheel drive would put insane 0 to 60 numbers, and that's pretty much what sells. And I'm sure Ford would have sold both rear-wheel drive version and the all-wheel drive. So it's not like you would have to pick an all-wheel drive. If you wanted just a rear-wheel drive fun, you'll be able to do that. So it would have been nice to see the all-wheel drive, but I think that is pretty much X'd out as of right now. Who knows, Ford might surprise us. Now, last up, I want to talk about the interior of the S650 Mustang. So we're hoping to see a little bit more of a premium interior, especially given with the recent price increase on the 2022 Mustangs and the inevitable increase on the S650 2024 Mustang. It would be nice to have a premium interior. I know Ford has done a really good job in terms of what technology to offer. I mean, this one obviously might have the digital dash here. It's got a nice sync system, Apple CarPlay, and all of that stuff we pretty much expect. but because of the cost where Mustang kind of sits, they've always been shied away from providing like a nicer quality material. So you have a lot of hard plastic. This whole area is the hard plastic. You have less of the softest materials and premium materials. I mean, the pedal shifters are plastic, where in like most cars they're like slightly metal / aluminum feeling, so that looks much nicer in the interior. So it'd be nice to see Ford kind of go a little bit upmarket, not in terms of pricing. Well, I guess it would increase the price as well, but making the best compromise for the interior and making the Mustang affordable, so it doesn't feel like a rental car interior. Which actually brings us to the pricing of the S650 Mustang. I mean, with all these supply chain issues and the chip shortages, we're kind of bound to see a price increase on the new Mustangs. There was a time not too long ago that you could get the Mustang GTs for $6,000-$7,000 off of MSRP without even trying, but nowadays you're lucky to get MSRP deals. Now, with the hope of a nicer interior in the S650 Mustang and possibility of a Tremec transmission as the base manual transmission, I have to say, unfortunately, that Ford will have to increase the price significantly for it to make some business sense. Right now, you can pick up a base Mustang GT for about $38,000 and a GT Premium for $40,000, which is still somewhat affordable given what you can get in terms of performance. But with all these expected improvements in the S650 Mustang, like we discussed, like the interior, better manual transmission, it won't surprise me if the base Mustang GT reaches $40,000. While that's not ideal, it would still not be too much out of reach. But if Ford decides to increase the price by $3,000-$4,000, what the current prices currently are, then you're getting a base Mustang GT close to $42,000-$43,000. Premium is going to be $47,000-$48,000. And you add just a couple packages, not even full package, just like few options, like a black accent package or active exhaust or something like that. You're at $50,000, and that's going to be a tough pill to swallow for a Mustang GT. I hope that Ford prices the new S650 Mustang very strategically to ensure the pony car remains affordable while keeping it fresh in terms of the interior and performance. Well guys, that's pretty much what I have for my thoughts and speculation on the S650 Mustang. I'm really excited for the reveal of the S650 Mustang. I will be there at the Detroit Auto Show to give you guys a first look at the all-new S650 Mustang. I'm curious where Ford is going to take the S650 Mustang, because we're kind of in the middle with all the electrification and trying to keep all the engine combustion or internal combustion engines right now. Dodge has obviously announced that starting 2024, the Challengers and the Chargers are going to be EV only, so Ford is going to have to follow in terms of staying competitive. Ford may sell the V8 and the Mustangs alongside of the EV or hybrid powertrains, but eventually they're going to have to phase off. In terms of staying competitive, Ford is going to go EV only eventually for the Mustang, and I'm kind of excited. As much as I want all the V8s, I know in terms of the power benefits and obviously not paying for any gas, it's going to be exciting what Ford ends up doing for the EV Mustang, which will probably be a mid-cycle refresh. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below what you want from the S650 Mustang, and as always, subscribe to Red 50 for Mustang related content.